What is up, bros? Me, Josh here, and in today's video, I'm going to go over this really good game I had in the Tier 9 German battleship, the Friedrich der Grosse. And in this game, just shows how strong an aggressive position and good teamwork can be. The Tier 9 is amazing, has great secondaries, fires relatively fast. You have the choice of the 406s and the 420s. And I went with the 406s because they do fire a bit faster than that. Although people are like, "Oh, take the 420s," they hit much harder, and that is true. You can get more citadels maybe from long range or something like that. But I like the fast firing, and this game kind of shows why. And you cut off like 5 or 6 inches on the reload, and so they're a bit more aggressive. You can push in a bit more, do more damage, but up close. So that's kind of why I went this, and I'll kind of show you why. So we are on Trap, which Trap is a relatively fun high tier map. A lot of our team is pushing. I'll bump up that. A lot of our team is pushing CCAP, and it's basically our division. We have one other DD, and the reason we decided to push, I'm pushing in to B, and the first thing I always do when I look at games, and you guys should start doing this too, is look at the makeup of each team. One, how many destroyers do they have? AKA, how many torpedoes are you not going to see coming? Two, how many radars do they have? So they have one radar and one DD, and the DD is luckily division. So whatever that means too is if you see the rune, you're most likely going to know that the DD is going to be relatively close. So things I'm going to be able to I want to have a cheat sheet for the DD because he's going to be not by the rune. I'll be able to see the kind of Baltimore because I have a DD with me. And there's only one DD to look at for torp. So I was like, you know what? Let's push into B. We'll have a decent time because I have a DD to smoke for me. And right now we're having conversations with where I'm detecting and whatnot. And instantly they started capping C. So I knew the DD was over there. I knew the DD. So instantly they started capping C, so I knew the DD was over there. So I felt like it was alright. They weren't focusing on me either. And they were taking a bunch of damage from those battleships. So I thought, hey, if they are going to push this area right here, this is going to be a fantastic time for me to push right up into here and just freaking start pumping in damage. So we're just going to start doing that. We're going to start pumping the damage to these guys. There are so many guys to the front of them that they cannot give me any attention. They can't turn into me or else they're going to be broadside to our entire team. So I felt like it was going to be alright to do this. We capped A because our other DD went that way. Luckily he knew who I was too, so maybe he helped me through an extra smoke or two. And we hadn't seen anything to the top side of B, so I didn't really have to worry about any of that. And I was like, you know what? This is getting pretty freaking good. I think the Montana trolls me on a couple of these salvos, but there was a couple of cruisers that were rolling out, and it looked like it was going to be one of those trap maps, trap games that both teams kind of just push on one cap. It's just a freaking brawl, and it's the first one to kill a couple people off. So one, what do I see? I see a rune that's way far off, so that means the DD is going to be way over there. I see a Montana that's kind of broadside. I'm trying to get a better angle on him. I see another broadside battleship coming, another broadside battleship coming. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at an awesome farm right here. I'm looking at a fantastic farm. We got a Baltimore on that side, so the radar is right there, so I should be okay. And I think right now I'm kind of getting some communications with my DD right here saying, hey, he's like, where are you going to go? I'll smoke you up, and we should be all right. So right in front of me, 4 battleships. What's the best part about that? They're all going to be relatively broadside. And 2, they're not going to be focusing on me because there's a million ships in front of them. So this is looking really, really, really good. And this is also a good thing for target selection, I guess. Like right now I'm talking with my DD to kind of give me a good spot for where to put smoke. So, I mean, 5 battleships all going to be going broadside. So everyone's focusing the Montana. And the reason I did repair that one fire too is because nothing's focused on me. So, target selection right here. Montana, 1's getting focused but he's giving me a bad angle. 2, the Gross is broadside. And 3, I think I tried to shoot at the Montana right there, but it tricked on to the Bismarck. But this is a really, really good lesson on what to target. 1, the Bismarck and the Frederick are going to be very, very hard to citadel. So I think I'd focus a lot more on the broadside Montana, although he's getting a perfect body armor from the other guy. So as you can see, I try to click on. I think I still try to click on. Oh, right here, I just keep shooting into. I mean, look how many battleships right here. It's nuts. So right here, I know if I just shoot kind of close, I'm gonna do okay. I'm gonna hit something. And there we go. The first citadel, massive, almost 30,000 damage. Salvo on that guy. So I'm cool. I'm just sitting here. I'm going to post up broadside, not worry about a dang thing. I got multiple battleships that are easy to citadel. As you see, I'm still sitting on the Montana because he's the easiest to citadel out of all these guys, and the Snorkel is coming up, so I'm going to push onto him next. I don't really have a good angle on any of those because of the island. So next is the Norcal, so I'm going to focus on this guy. 10.6 is my secondary range, so I think I click on him, and the secondary should be popping off pretty quick. So very mediocre salvo. Try to help out with some planes as well. I mean, we got our other DD here too, so I have like permanent smoke. We have, as you can see, the other DD was spotted way over here, so I don't need to worry about anything. I really don't need to worry about anything. So, still just gonna sit and basically pump out damage. We're up to 36,000, 37 going up because they're in secondary range. I think I still have manual AA or manual secondaries on this guy. So, NorCal, there we go, double citadel, 30k off that guy, and then I see that the torpedoes are going to at least damage him a little bit or take him down, so I'm starting to look for a second target. NorCal's pushing up. I could easily steal this kill. But with this situation, I said, hey, it's not needed. I don't need to steal this kill. The torpedoes are going to kill it, so instantly I switch to the Montana and start pumping out damage. I knew that guy was going to die. There's no reason for me to waste that damage, so put the salvo out on the Montana, and there we go. Another 12,000, almost 13,000 off that guy. And we're just still sitting in smoke. Our other Fletcher's throwing down another smoke. So these guys have an idea of where I am, but in the end, they really don't have like a perfect idea of where I am because they just aren't able to see it. So looking for like a better shot. I'll try to finish off this Montana. Ended up, I think, turning out just a little bit. And I think I got a little nervous right here. I think I started to move just for torps. So we pumped another 7,000. He's healing though, so it kind of stinks. But right now we're tied. We've lost 2 Montanas and a New Orleans. They've lost a Friedrich, NorCal, and a Mogami. But one of their NorCals is very, very, very low. And so I figured right now I can't be just sitting in smoke the entire game. So I started moving up a little bit more. I was really bummed that Montana freaking healed up a whole bunch. So we're going to get the secondaries on the Baltimore because he's the only guy really in range. Remember, 10.6 on these guys, so they're pretty freaking nasty. And the Bismarck lulled at me right there. So already we're up to 90,000 damage, which is pretty insane. 4 citadels, 28 hits, 30 secondary hits, and we even shut down 5 planes. We are going against a Lexington, so it's not terrible. But I'm trying to use this cover because I know this is Otago. Torpedoes are, of course, the enemy. Torpedoes and fire, so if I can keep an Otago away from me, it's going to be really good. So I don't really have that good of an angle, anything off to my right. I want to focus on this guy because he's the main threat to our DDs. So I'm trying to help our DDs out. That's our advantage right now. We have 2 versus 1, and a Baltimore is the only thing with a radar. So I figured I'd start pushing up. That guy's just kind of sitting broadside, and I'll just kind of try to focus on these, try to shoot down some more planes, and keep the secondaries on that because I think the Baltimore had just repaired as well. So he'd be a really, really good thing to maybe get lit on fire again by my secondary. So that's what I'm kind of doing. And out of all these, Bismarck giving me no angle or an Otago giving me a broadside. I think we're going to go with the Otago every time. So let's see what we can get right here and hopefully help out with these planes. There's Lexington too as well. And there we go. A decent little salvo right there. Almost one-shot the Otago. So he's going to be going down pretty quick. Held my repair. He's actually hit me with both of these. I didn't remember this one. I was kind of bummed. But didn't save the repair. I think he gets me with 1. Yeah. So we saved the repair. And just going to hang on for a little bit. We're at 130. The Otago goes down to the Bismarck. So we're doing pretty good. We returned to the lead. I'm just going to try to still focus on planes so the rest of our team kind of focus on the bad guys. And especially our DDs. Like we have 2 DDs in front of us. But right now we're getting kind of outside of the really, really effective range that the German battleships have because of the lack of dispersion. So we're kind of right there. Yagorian is laying me down another smoke, so that's always awesome. So I can kind of get a little focus. But there's the DD. That's the main thing I really need to focus on is that guy. He has 10.5 kilometer torps, and those can be absolutely deadly, especially because I don't have a repair for the next 40 seconds. So really keeping my eyes on that guy. But right now, we're just kind of wrecking this team. You know, I'm trying to keep everyone at bay. And this is kind of when the game was about to end. We're almost at 900 points. Everything was going well. We came back. We held off this entire team. But the team was like, you know what? We want you to farm damage for a bit longer. We're slowly just going to die off. And I was like completely okay. So right here is another good example. The Montana's definitely the bigger target, but the Baltimore is the easier target to hit. So that is why I went with that target. And I don't think we got too much out of the salvo. We got one ricochet, but that's my reasoning behind that shot. You go, why didn't you just shoot at the Montana? It's because the Montana's giving me a broadside. If that Baltimore would have turned to his right a little bit, it would have been a really, really nice situation and potentially a one-shot. So, mainly the thing I'm looking for right now is broadside. Anything broadside is amazing, so that rune is a perfect candidate for that. So we're going to focus on him a little bit. Although the runes are harder to Citadel than most cruisers because they're German and they troll a lull at AP. I mean, we're at 930 right now. So it's like, oh man, this game's basically over right now. And we just lost our first guy. So it does kind of do a pattern. They're saying, hey, you only have 137,000 damage. Why not get some more damage? And I agreed with them. So let's get some more damage this game. Montana's pushing up. He's one of the main threats for these guys. The other Fletcher gets a little aggressive right here. Not quite needed. Montana will absolutely wreck any kind of destroyer at low tier. I don't think he gets the torpedoes off here, but I think we try to put a decent salvo into him. Yeah, for an extra 4K into him. Set him on fire twice. Kind of sucks for that guy. But yeah, he didn't get the trade, so it was kind of a weird push. Kind of like a YOLO, which not really needed. So it even got to one point, we had a massive lead, but we started losing a bunch of ships, and that's the kind of situation that the games can start snowballing. So really, we need to get a couple more kills. I got my secondaries on the destroyer, and I'm trying to finish off this Montana that was super low. Luckily, we killed the other Montana. We burned him down up to 160,000 damage. So I'm just going to start pushing in. I got a Bismarck off to my left. I have two squishy cruisers up in front of me. I got a destroyer that's really, really low and taking damage from our other DD. So if we can maybe kill this DD and then kill one more thing, we can just finish this game and just keep moving on. So we're at 6 Citadels, 50 main battery hits, 50 secondary hits, 10 plane kills, 2 fires from secondaries. And look at these, we found 2 cruisers. It's freaking Baltimore that set me on fire, I think like 3 times. So it's going to feel good if we do get a Citadel or 2 on him. I got the secondaries on the Bismarck, and there's the Citadel. So he takes a decent little beating there. I think I even beach right here. Troll Island came out of nowhere. So 177,000. The damage keeps piling up right now, and 950 points already. Almost 180,000. The damage this game was just amazing because of our placement, our situation. Look, the team just wants me to get more damage. They're so nice. So broadside Bismarck, impossible to Citadel. We can do an extra about 13,000 to him. 191,000 damage. Play safe and win, says the chat. We just kept losing people. It's crazy. So the Bismarck's going down. Another time we're at 940, 950 points. 192,000. This game was just like, it just seemed to line up and people just wanted to get farmed for damage. So Henry Dog, our other cruiser, got the final kill on that Bismarck. And that is a GG right there. So 192,000, almost 193,000 damage. It just shows the strength of really a battleship sitting broadside in a really aggressive spot when you have the ability to use smoke. So also good kind of thought process on what I'm doing on my target selection. You know, if you see something that's about to die, although it's amazing getting the kill steal and getting that kill, you know, I switched over to the Montana and then popped out another Citadel on that guy. So you know, stuff like that is always something to keep in mind. You know, you can't really trust a lot of people. You know, you can't kind of trust randoms as much as you can trust division mates. But if you see them, then it's potential for, you know, really pumping out damage on our ship and really helping turn the tides. I mean, we were down a few ships at the start. We came back and won that game. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really, really good game in the Friedrich der Grosse tier 9. I'm really liking that ship, especially when we can be aggressive like that and kind of just sit there and pump out damage. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.